Representative Burchett. We'll just come back. We'll go to Representative Van Drew for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, Administrator Dixon. Thank you for appearing before the House Subcommittee on Aviation, and thank you for your exemplary leadership over the past 2 years. In August, the FAA submitted a reprogramming request to the Congress that would radically reorganize the FAA's research, development, testing, and evaluation functions. The FAA has gone to great lengths to obscure the proposal. The request was submitted after the House had already passed its transportation funding bill. The FAA is using evasive tactics to sneak through bad policy that affects 1,000 FAA workers at a minimum and $1 billion worth of taxpayers' money. Today, I will share with you and everyone the truth of what the FAA is proposing. Administrator, I sent you a comprehensive letter of many shortcomings of this proposal. I highly recommend my colleagues read this letter, which I request submit to the record.
Without objection.
In short, this proposal is terrible. First of all, it is doubtful that the FAA even has the authority to do this under the 2018 authorization. This deal would kneecap the FAA William J. Hughes Technical Center. The Technical Center produces gold standard results through a centralized model. It's a centralized model that would be fractured under the FAA's proposal. This would break the Technical Center. The proposal also sets the drone industry back at least a decade. I can state with absolute confidence that the drone industry opposes this. Particularly damning is the apparent intention to privatize portions of the FAA, and I'll say that again, the apparent intention to privatize portions of the FAA. An FAA memo states that, quote, in many cases, testing and evaluation can be provided by the industry for approval by the FAA, end quote. And that, quote, the testing workforce may need to shift to experts under contract and consultancy, end quote. This privatization strategy threatens the FAA's independent oversight over the aviation industry. In my letter, I request that the FAA's proposal be formally withdrawn. Administrator, I make that request again today. Several major labor unions have just released a joint letter in opposition to the proposal. These unions include, but are not limited to, the National Federation of Federal Employees, the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, the American Federation of Government Employees. Together, these unions represent over 1.4 million American workers. Their letter also requests that the FAA withdraw this proposal. I request to submit this letter to the record as well, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection.
Administrator Dixon, I don't believe that this proposal is coming from you. I do not believe it's coming from you, nor do I believe that it is even coming from this administration. It is crystal clear to me that this proposal is emerging from deep-seated, DC-based career FAA officials. Administrator Dixon, considering the tremendous opposition to this proposal, will you withdraw the reprogramming request and work with Congress, work with labor, work with industry to develop a good faith proposal that actually works for the aviation sector and the American taxpayer? And once again, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, Congressman Van Drew. And, I am happy to meet with you and our union partners. I meet with them regularly within the last week, as a matter of fact. and I welcome hearing your concerns. My goal actually is to strengthen the tech center, to make sure that we are undertaking activities there that will benefit the aviation industry. I also want to assure you that as this proposal had moved forward, it does not affect the function or location of any employee's job, tech center or otherwise. And this really is a management reporting realignment. It is putting the tech center on a more equal footing with our aeronautical center in Oklahoma City, which has been a tremendous success. And I believe, this will actually act to strengthen the tech center, but I certainly would be interested in hearing your thoughts and those of our labor partners as we move forward.
I look
Gentleman's
forward to
gentleman's
that.
time
I have great
expired.
concerns. Thank you. I yield back.
Chair recognizes Representative Lynch of Massachusetts for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me just jump in support of Mr. Van Drew. Not what I intended to speak on, but I am concerned about regulatory capture, as we saw with the 737 MAX and the influence of Boeing. That was an instance where a contractor came in and I think really big-footed what should have been independent agency review. So for those reasons, I'm inclined to agree with Mr. Van Drew, and I'd like to be part of that conversation to maintain that independence among FAA employees. I've had an opportunity to visit the tech center, and I appreciate the good work that you are doing, Administrator, and as well